Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Bubbas Ball Tire Outlet Arca series here in Original Rebels. What a name. And we are glad to have everybody here tonight. And going to be an exciting race here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. I'm Eddie Smith with VSRN. Got Christian Hill on the boards tonight. Going to be kicking some ass. So looking forward to having Christian on board. But looking forward to a great race here. We just a few races into the season. And boy, is Vegas going to put on a hell of a show with these Gen 4 Cup cars, as always. These guys know how to race. We've seen some guys ripping the high line and getting the thing rolling. Let's take a look at Las Vegas real quick and take a look at this race info. And you see, it's the quintessential 1.5 miler. It's got a lot of speed. We've seen some high line stuff kind of break out here in the last few years. Vegas always sort of right around the bottom, but with these high horsepower cars, we may see a little bit different here tonight. But in Las Vegas, Nevada, Las Vegas has been around for a long time, but the oval itself is relatively new. 1996 is when it kind of opened, but man, Vegas has been around as a drag strip. It is this area of property has been pretty crazy. Has been pretty crazy how long it's been around. So. But excited to be here tonight. We've got everybody getting ready to grid up here in just a few minutes. But, man, let's take a look at this point standings and see where everybody is at the moment. We've got a small field here, Arca, taking sort of a step back from what it was last season. But you see Andy Kurtz with these drop weeks sitting the top. Jonathan Cofield, the top two, you see they have really controlled the wins here, 2 and 3 respectfully. And then Mickey Isaac there in third, and it's a dogfight from third all the way back to 6th place. So we'll see who can move up and down the list tonight. We're missing some drivers, but that's a good opportunity for some to kind of jump up and move themselves into a better spot points-wise. But you see, Kurtz got that top spot. We're looking forward to see maybe somebody else can take over, as Kurtz doesn't seem to be here tonight. So, but we got cars gridding up, so let's jump into the grid, see where everybody's going to start here tonight. We got to give out the coveted Chuck Pegleg Pole Award, and that's going to go to Michael Kostick out front here tonight with Travis Bieber on the outside of the front row. Starting in row number 2 is going to be Brett Bieber with Lucas Lyons starting in the 4th position. In 5th is going to be Daniel Cunningham and Tyler Rice. 7th and 8th is going to be Jeremiah Holt, Brandon Wallace. 9th, Daryl Whitford, and Stephen McDonald rounding out the top 10. Christopher Reese, Jimmy Cofield going to round out your field tonight. So some really fast drivers. Costa going to start up front. I'm excited to see what these guys are going to do with this higher line. I want to see what 900 horsepower looks like at Vegas. They really can rip the top line, and especially when making passes, that's going to be really, really important. So looking forward to seeing that. Let's take a look at the race analysis real quick before we get this thing going, see what we can expect out of this race tonight. Fixed setup to 100 laps tonight. Pit window 40 to 45 laps and 1 fast repair. Man, that's going to be a big thing strategy. And then if we take a look at our weather, 124 degrees is the track temp. So good gosh, if they don't take care of those rear tires, they're going to be in trouble. And 124 degrees, that is a hot track. So we're going to see who's going to take home the victory here tonight. Jonathan Cofield, Andy Kurtz ain't here to steal wins tonight, so maybe Michael Kostick can get him a dub here in this race. Pace car pulls off. Michael Kostick going to lead us down to the green flag. Green flag is out here at Vegas. Kostick going to take the early lead, but the man almost 3 wide there for second as Brett Bieber looked down to the inside as Lucas Lyons gets a huge run from the start, and he is going to be right behind Michael Kostick going into turn 3. He's looking aggressive in that 25. You see he's leaning that right rear up above the seam, that second seam, working a different line than Kostick. That's one thing about horsepower. That's what it gives you, the ability to move around, stick that nose somewhere that doesn't have a penalty. So we'll see if Lucas can get back up there and make that top side work. We've talked about it plenty of times. The top side just can burn your tires up if you're not careful. So he'll have to be careful not to let that National Guard 25 machine burn those tires up early. As you see, he gets loose. He's going to drive down off the corner, but man, he gets extremely loose. Lucas Lyon, as he almost spun it out. Now that's going to open the door for Travis Bieber to go down to the inside and take over that second position, as Michael Kostick just going to drive off into the distance now, as they're going to battle side by side here on lap 3 for second place. Lucas gets a little bit loose, opens the door, and they are side by side quarter panel. And you see Lucas drives really hard into the outside. Travis not quite able to keep that going, and Lucas doing a great job of defending that top side. He's going to get the run and able to hold on to second, but Travis going to continue fighting and try to take over that spot. But Lucas, man, on that restart, pretty incredible what he did to be able to get those 2 spots early. This Gen 4 Cup car honestly has been really tough to make passes. We've seen it be very difficult to pass in this car. So if you can get those positions on those restarts, that's really important. It's weird. It seems like the iRacing kind of plugged this in. This car was made by accident. They accidentally gave the Arca car too much horsepower, and everybody they loved it and they wanted it so bad. But honestly, they plugged it in here, and it just sort of races awkwardly in the current the way that it currently races. So it can be incredibly difficult to pass. But Lucas starting to pull away just a little bit, as Michael Kostick now out to a 0.8 of a second lead over Lucas Lyons. Travis Bieber starting to pull up. We got a great battle back in the 9th position. We got 3 drivers all over each other. Got Brandon Wallace, Steve McDonald, and Chris Reese. Haven't seen Chris Reese in a while. He's getting a run down to the inside of the 68 of Steve McDonald, and he might go for 2 here. You see that bottom working really good for Chris right now as they're trying to defend on the top, but it looks like Christopher Reese able to roll the bottom pretty well. I think we're going to see maybe tire saving be a big deal, especially if you use that bottom. But here comes Steve McDonald down to the inside. And Brandon Wallace falling back here. Already lost a couple spots from where he started as those 2 drivers get around him. But this is Brandon Wallace's series. He is been the admin of the series for a while, and many successful seasons, and this is another one. I mean, it's been a lot of fun this season. It's sort of been an experiment. We got lower numbers, and everybody got really excited about this car, but I think some people just nervous about how much horsepower it has, and it is definitely a meaty son of a gun. So Brandon looking good. You see him doing his breathing techniques as he's trying to hold. I don't know if he holds his breath like Noah Gragson, but you see him doing breathing like he's trying to give birth. But now I'll tell you what, Christopher Reese is on the move. He is now looking down to the inside of Tyler Rice here early. He is about the only one that's been able to make up any ground so far. Now watch Tyler Rice in practice now. He has been really working on that top side. So jumped up there quick and trying to make the most of it. But you can see that bottom saving those tires a little bit better, and that makes a big difference. So move Chris Reese up into the 7th position, up 4 spots from where he started. He is moving. Tyler Rice, look at him up there all the way at the wall, trying to get all he can, but you can see it's starting to suffer as we're 10 laps into this race. That top side just eats those tires alive, and man, this is one of those cars. You can do it. You can get up there, and it's just a lot of fun, but you see him getting a little bit loose. It will eat those tires up really quickly, and it looks like that's what's going on with Tyler is he's trying to kind of commit to that top side, but you see as the tires start to wear, that bottom side just a little bit more as far as tire saving goes anyway, and it seems like the bottom even gets a better run off the corner. So Tyler Rice all the way back to 10th place as we got we got a battle going on for 2nd place as Travis Bieber has caught up to Lucas We saw him try to make that pass earlier. Starting to get a run just a little bit faster last lap, but it's how he's going to make the pass. I mean, we see Tyler Rice up at the top side. That allows guys just to drop down to the bottom, have that clean air on the nose. But right now, Travis has got a lot of dirty air on the front end of that 25 machine. So, Travis is going to have to be a little bit patient. He's got to run here. He's going to look to the outside as Luca's going to guard the bottom. And so Travis is going to go up to the top side and try to get the run off the corner. Right now, the top looks it looks a little suspect. I don't think it's going to be that great right now as he does get a great run into the corner, though. Look at him diving down in the corner. He gets to the inside. So Travis Bieber now has what I think is a preferred group. He's going to push up off the corner, have to put a little extra wheel into it, gets loose. And here comes Brett Bieber to join the battle. He goes down to the bottom, give his teammate some drafting help. But, man, look at this battle we got going for second right here. Only 12 cars, but they sure know how to make a awesome race. And you just don't have a whole lot of time. 100 laps here tonight, and you don't have a whole lot of time to wait around. So Lucas lets off. I think he was trying to get back in line, but he's going to lose another spot as Brett Bieber now gets to the inside. And you see them. They're off the corner. You can see them kind of slinging that back end off of turn 4, trying to get that car to rotate with all that power. But it just seems like the chassis, and especially the fixed setups that this car uses, the mechanical grip, the chassis are all bound up, and so it just makes it so tight. You're not able to use that, not able to use all that power. So really kind of gets into the groove. You really have to be smart about how you get on the throttle. But right now, the Bieber's moving up. Lucas Lyon going to fall back to where he started. As, man, Christopher Reese continues to move up through the field. Up 5 positions now as he has gotten around Jeremiah Holt. And I'll tell you, he's one of the fastest cars on the track right now. He's definitely faster than the 2 in front of him, Daniel Cunningham and Lucas Lyons. But he is moving really quick here. Starting from the back, and he seems to take to this car. We haven't seen him much this season, but glad to have him here tonight, and he is really making some moves. You get a caution. I think Christopher Reese may be a threat to win this race. Right now, he's about 5 seconds back from your leader, but quickly picking these drivers off as he is now moving up to the high side a little bit here. As looks like Jimmy Cofield there down on the bottom. Must have had some sort of issue. I think he made some contact. Yeah, the front end of that car is all toe up, as we like to say. That right front kind of pushed in. You can see he's made some contact. So he's got a fast repair, though. If he wants to go down pit road, get that done, he can do it. You can see he is really struggling. That car wiggling down the straightaways. Handling not where he wants it to be. That steering wheel not feeling really great. If he doesn't go down and get that fast repair, he might end up spinning around. I think he is definitely, that car is broke. But back up to this battle between brothers. Travis Bieber, Brett Bieber. And Brett now starting to put a little pressure here as they start to run down Michael Kostick here. Here at the end of this run, they're going to have to make 1 or 2 pit stops. They can't make it but about 40 to 45 laps. I wondered if somebody was going to try to maybe save enough fuel to get to 50, but probably going to be a bad idea. So looks like tires and tire management going to be important here tonight. Normally we don't see that. That's sort of been something that has gone to the wayside. Really hard tire management. Back a few years ago, the Arca car was so bad about that where you almost wanted to run 3-4 tenths off the pace from the very beginning and you would just drive up through the field. That has changed, but it looks like the Bieber guys have really done a great job here as they have been able to run down Kostick, who hasn't really gotten out to more than a second, but he had a good consistent 0.8 of a second lead here early, but it's starting to fade here. 20 laps, just 80 left in this thing, about halfway through this fuel run. It's so much fun to see these guys have to struggle. I mean, this is very old school field. Tire management, so hard to do. So many cars like the next gen where tire management just seems like it's not a big skill. But man, look here. Travis Beaver down to the inside as they're sliding off the corner. Rear tires, they're going to be pissed off. They come off before they're sideways. But Travis Beaver looking down to the inside, he figured he better strike before Brett gets up there and it tries to make a move on him. And he is really struggling to get around that 8. He's going to try to block the 808. And Brett doesn't know where to go. And Michael Kostick able to use that top side and get the run that he needs. But I think it's just temporary. I think Travis is going to continue to work him over as, man, you can see just how difficult it is. The 8's going to put that right rear on the wall a little bit. And that's going to open the door here on the front straightaway as they go down into turn 1. Travis going to have the inside track. He looks down, runs about the middle line. A little bit nervous to go down to the bottom. We've seen how loose they have been off the corner trying to get the power down. Side by side, he's got a nose out and head right now. Down into 3 and 4. He's going to bring Brett along with him. But looks like at this point in time, see if the 8 can get the run off the corner. I'm not sure he's going to have anywhere to go with it. Travis leaves the outside open, so the 8's going to get to his right rear quarter. And Travis going to be able to clear it. You see him wiggling. Good Lord, he's wiggling down on the front stretch. We talked about that track temp. 136 degrees right now on track. Good Lord. No wonder these guys are sliding all over the place off the corner. But great racing here with about 75 laps to go. These guys putting on a show. But a 3-way battle, and Kostick looked like he was in trouble, but man, he's starting to fight back a little bit against Travis. He's sort of in a Bieber sandwich at the moment. Can he get up there and retake the lead? That clean air is going to be extremely important for Travis. I think he probably is going to take a couple laps to get used to how it feels. You can see that Jack Daniels car off the corner getting sideways. It looks like they're actually spinning the rear tires down the straightaway. It's almost like a short track where especially on the front stretch, it looks like they're kind of wiggling, like their tires are spinning. We see that a lot of short tracks like Richmond, where you come off the turn 4 and you try to lay the power down and it just spins it, kind of like a dirt track. And it seems like that's what's going on here for some of these drivers. But Brett Bieber starting to work on that 8 as Travis slowly starts to pull away. He's had a really nice last couple laps, just half a tenth faster each time. That time he was about almost 3 tenths faster than Michael Kostick. And now Kostick under fire here. Those tires starting to really struggle. You see the top side allows him to get the run off the corner to maintain those spots, but right through the middle of the turns, that bottom line is really strong. Brett going to get down to the inside, and they're both wiggling off a turn 4. Man, tell you what, Brandon Wallace then gave us a hell of a session here as, man, these guys are going to be struggling all night long to get the power down. But the 808 going to have a car length ahead of him here. Let's see if he can try the slide job, and he is definitely clear. So the 808, Brett Bieber, up to second position. And it looked like Brett was a little bit faster. He's been battling with Kostick, trying to get around him. I'm interested to see if Brett can run down his teammate here. He's now, after battling with Kostick, he's a second back. But I'd be interested to see if he can run him down here before this pit stop. I think he was definitely a little bit faster on that long run there. Go back to about the 5th or 6th position. Brandon Wallace. Mr. Where did he come from? He is now knocking on the door of this 5th place. He's right behind Daniel Cunningham. Man, I saw that 99 get loose through that tri-oval. that's something to think about for sure. But we talked about Chris Reese. He had moved up to that 6th position, but Brandon Wallace apparently has saved a good amount of tires and is starting to run his way back up through the field. I'm curious if any of these guys are trying to save fuel. I was told that it was about the 40 to 45 second, but man, look at the movement on those cars. You see Daniel Cunningham there, got his webcam on for us. Man, he's got all his gear on. He's got the Dale Jr. skeleton gloves. I love it. I mean, he is ready to go, man. I love to see these guys with their rigs and their rooms behind them. I think that's my favorite thing about the driver cams right now is getting passed now by Christopher Reese. He's going backwards a little bit, but I love to see these guys in their rooms and what they race in. And you see he's got it all dolled up with a bunch of die casts, and he likes to go and get panels off of race cars and stuff, and you can see there in the background that 43. So really cool to see that. But I'd love to get on board and kind of see if we could see here if maybe Daniel Cunningham might be saving a little bit of fuel here. It's hard to really say, but oh, he's coming down pit road right now. So I guess not. I guess fuel saving not on the menu, as I thought maybe he had trying to make it to lap 50, but not quite able to do it. So he's going to bring that 08 machine down pit road, starting to get past, starting to feel like his tires fading pretty bad. So come down and do this 2-stop race. So right at lap 33, that's a good point to do that if you're trying to make sure you're always on the attack. So you got a couple people down pit road. Michael Kostick gives up the 3rd position. Lucas Lyons and Daniel Cunningham as well. And now here comes the Bieber brothers. They give up the top 2 spots. So not wanting to let these guys come down pit road and get a single lap on them, because the best lap people ran in the mid 30-second bracket. And then their last lap, 33 seconds. That's a lot of fall off. So you do not want to run this thing very long. You want to come down pit road and get those tires, especially since everybody has to make two stops. So for sure, want to come down as soon as possible. But it looks like everybody, I mean, obviously 4 tires and fuel is the call, but everybody doing a great job of getting on and off pit road. No penalties that I can see. Christopher Reese is going to take the lead as he has stayed out on track. Got 4 people who have not pit: Christopher Reese, Brandon Wallace, Darrell Whitford, and Steve McDonald. Although Brandon Wallace, Steve McDonald now coming down pit road. So Christopher Reese is your leader as we wait on him to make his stop. That put a lot of people a lap down. So Chris Reese staying out there. You think, well, you just said that he needs to come down pit road. I mean, he's going to lose a lot of spots here, but if he gets a caution, he has got he's got 3rd on back, a lap down after those pit stops. So if he can catch this caution right here, Christopher Reese will be in a great spot for the rest of this race. But pit stop cycling through. We're watching Lucas Lyon, Travis Bieber, as Lucas was able to jump over Travis, who was your leader at the time of the pit stop. So Michael Kostick is just ahead of them. So that 1 lap, look how big a difference that made as they come down to get I don't even think it's 1 lap. I think it's kind of almost a half a lap that they had on tires, but it's just a huge difference from what they were running at the end of those runs. Darrell Whitford still out on the track, and he's running a 33.3 his last lap. So these guys are running 30.5s. That is a massive fall off. You don't normally see that. So tire saving for sure are going to be important. Track starting to cool off just a little bit. It's a nice chilly 131 degrees at this point. So it hasn't really improved, but just a couple of degrees. So I think what folks have seen so far is that you really need to baby this thing, make sure that you save as much tire as possible, as it really drops off a cliff. But right now, your top, we'll just go through the field real quick and just tell you who's where. Daryl Whitford is your leader as he is still out on 39-lap-old tires. And Michael Kostic here in second place with Lucas Lyon right behind him. Travis Bieber in the fourth position. Brett Bieber right behind him. Daniel Cunningham, I don't know if he didn't just have a great stop or what, but he is in sixth place. Seventh is Brandon Wallace. Eighth is Christopher Reese. Tyler Rice in ninth. Steve McDonald in 10th. Jeremiah Holt is in 11th. And Jimmy Cofield has called it quits after that damage early on. Lucas starting to close in on the back bumper of Michael Kostic. We saw this earlier. He got a really good start early on tires. They've only had 7 laps here. And we saw that out of Lucas where he really was aggressive and then really fell off towards the end of that run. So I wonder if he's going to adjust it at all or if he's going to continue to be on attack mode. And right now, it looks like he's on attack mode as he's getting a great run on the 8. Daryl Whitford still your leader. He has yet to come down pit road, but expecting to see him pretty soon as he should be on fumes at this point. But still a great battle. I mean, right around this top 5 has been really impressive. They have been really racy all races. You know, we have just under 60 laps to go here at Las Vegas. And this is a battle for the lead once Daryl comes down pit road. I think Brett Bieber's in the best spot here. I think these guys are really trying to jostle, move around, find position that they want to be in. Lucas wants to get that clean air, and Michael Kostic wants to keep it. Travis Bieber wants to get up here and get back to the front where he was. But I think Brett is right there holding that toe at the end of this little group, and he can just save his tires as they're trying to battle and fight each other. You see Lucas get a little bit loose there and going to lose some ground to Travis Bieber. He's getting a run down this front straightaway, but I think Brett's going to have a pretty good shot here at the end of this run if he could just take care of those tires and these guys get up here and battle each other. You see Lucas already starting to fall as here comes Travis Bieber looking down to the inside, that 25 struggling. We'll see if he can get the power down off the corner. You see he's loose. He got that car sideways as Daryl Whitford comes down pit road. Finally, going to give up the lead. Michael Kostic will assume that lead, and here we go. Travis Bieber going to do a little slide job on entry right in front, dump that dirty air right on the 25, and you can see immediately the effect that it had. He's not able to get the grip up off the corner, just loses the front end. And here comes the 808 trying to take that position as well. You see the 25 going to get loose, come up off the bottom, and that opens the door for Brett Bieber. Now he's going to make a move. Gets right on his back bumper. Lucas goes to the bottom. Brett goes to the top. He's going to try to get the run off the corner. You see both Travis and Brett running the same darn line. It's weird. I know y'all are brothers, but that's kind of weird. Goes down to the inside. Look at the run the 808's got on Lucas Lyons. Going to drive down to the bottom. And it's just how quickly it all changed as Lucas, just ran that car just a little bit too hard. And now he is back to fourth after he was trying to run down the leader. Man, what a great race between. We've got 2 pairs here of racing. Lucas going to fall back a little bit, but the battle for the lead's really what's picking up here as Kostic now under fire from Travis. I don't know if these Bieber boys are from Vegas or what, but they sure know how to run this track. They kind of have separated themselves here from the rest of the field. I think if this thing can go a little bit further, I got to say that I think Travis is going to be, he's got to be the favorite to win this thing. Now, he did come down pit road a lap later, which lost in the lead. So I wonder if he'll adjust this time around and maybe try to be the one that starts the pit strategy, especially if he gets out front. I mean, he's got all the power of being in the leader, but look at him right to the back bumper, looking down to the inside. Can Kostic? Kostic's been struggling on exit. He's right there on his left quarter as he goes down into 3 and 4. He's going to have the run. Kostic drives it deep in there. He's going to try to roll down on his door. Travis actually backs out, got a little nervous. Here he comes. The 8 gets a little bit loose, but they both kind of slide the rear end, and Kostic lets him know it's going to be a dogfight to get around me, brother. They go in single file. Travis doing a weird line where he kind of enters in high and gets the run off the corner, off the bottom. And you see he's able to get a nice run here. Let's see if they separate or they go to the same lane. He drives in Kostic's tire tracks just a little bit lower to give an extra bit of downforce off the corner. He could see that Kostic is struggling, especially off of turn 4. Down through the tri-oval. Travis Bieber just being a bully right now, I think. Kostic going to run about that middle line. They seem to like to run up there. Kostic was really pushing him down. Oh, gets a little bit tight off the corner. That opens the door. Travis, though, gets loose as he saw the opportunity and said, ooh, there's my spot, and then put a little bit too much throttle. He's going to have to back off and try it again. I tell you what, what a great battle for the lead here these guys are putting on. And Brett Bieber loving it. He ain't really having to put his car through a whole lot of trouble. And man, look at Kostic, how loose he was. Oh, they're going to make contact. Travis gets loose. I don't think the 8 moved at all, but here comes Brett Bieber now with a run after that contact. Travis going to fall back, loses all that momentum. Here comes the 808. Michael Kostic thought, oh, I got rid of one Bieber, and here comes another, damn it. It goes down to the inside. Now Kostic going to be struggling. I think Brett's going to have a little bit better tires, but does he have the pace? I think Travis has had the better pace out of the two brothers, but we'll see right here as Brett drives down in the corner. Can he clear the 8? He's trying to, but not quite able to do it just yet. Kostic has that spotter call on the outside as the 808 gets loose. Made me a little bit nervous. Side by side for the lead. We're just over halfway. I hope this continues. The 808 going to do a slide job here. Kostic going to try the old switcheroo, but not able to get the run off the corner. And so Brett Bieber takes over the lead after a crazy sequence there as Travis Bieber, Kostic almost wreck each other into turn 1. Bieber gets the worst end of it, but able to get it saved. I mean, just a really awesome save by Travis. These guys are racing their guts out. I love it. Kostic not going to give up as Travis Bieber has a huge slide off the corner, and that's the danger. That's the danger with a track that's this hot. You see an opportunity, you feel like you're getting a run, you feel like you've got a good exit, and you just give it just that little bit too much throttle, and it starts to go around, and you have to lift. And that made a big difference there as he lost a ton of ground to Michael Kostic. So I think Travis has got the speed, but you see him trying to get around the 8, put him in a couple bad spots and just really open the door for Brett Bieber, excuse me. I keep forgetting that I need to specify which one I'm talking about, but we still got a 3-way battle. Kostic, I mean, you can see the car rotating on that 8. It's really hard to see, but it's just very small movements, but you can see him just kind of bouncing the car, bouncing back and forth, even on the straightaways. So he's really struggling for rear grip in that 8 machine as he's going to slide up the track, and that's going to open the door for sure for Travis Bieber. This battle for the lead is incredible as Brett Bieber has a terrible exit. I think it was spinning his tires down the front straightaway, and that the 8 got a massive run down into turn 1. And I'm going to be honest, the 8 is he's making lemonade out of lemons right now, as I thought the 8 was really struggling on tires, but it looks like the two Bieber brothers are starting to follow suit. As man, what some great racing here. I mean, this is I mean, only 11 cars on the track, and you would expect it to be kind of spread out, but no, it's not. Here, look at Costa, got a nice run down on the front stretch. Little bit of contact there for the 8, but man, he is really trying to drive that 8 machine. And and Brett Bieber's going to have a huge slide off of turn 4, and Costic going to go around the outside, and so is Travis. So you're not even safe out front here tonight, as right now Vegas is winning. 139 degrees is the track temp. It went down, now it's going back up. These guys are, I mean, the tires are literally cooking under these cars, especially if they slide it. So Brett Bieber sliding the tires like that, he is going to be struggling for rear grip for the next couple laps, and it's going to take a long time to cool down with this track being the temperature that it is. I mean, it's been a long time since I've seen almost 140-degree track temp. That is very, very tough. 900 horsepower. A track like this is very high speed on throttle time. There's quite a bit of it, but it's a little bit tight for a 1.5 miler. A lot of them open up a lot more. Not Vegas. It is very tight off the corner, not quite like a quad oval that opens up a little bit more. And that's why I think we've seen turn 4 be such a tough corner for these guys. It's just the perfect mix of horsepower, older tires, and man, just straight up heat. As Travis Bieber drives down the corner and just almost loses it on entry. But Michael Kostic, I've got to give him a lot of credit for resiliency. I mean, he lost the lead, was about to lose 3rd place, and then all of a sudden comes roaring back as he's just able to minimize mistakes when the tires are hot like this. And I tell you, I mean, Kostic is one of the best at that. I think he is really good at road courses, and I think that's sort of a road course sort of skill that he has, is being able to drive cars that are sliding all over the place but still get all the grip he can get. He seems like it's struggling out front. Seems like whoever gets out front struggles a little bit more, which is pretty odd. But, man, look at the 114. He is bobbing down the straightaway. Look at an onboard shot with the 114 and see what he's dealing with. He's trying to run this 8 machine down. Just incredible watching these guys race. You just see how unsure he is on the throttle. Trying to search around, just having to put so much wheel into it as they're running really fast speeds for a track this tight. And see off the corner, look at them. They're yawed out. I mean, the car is pointing at basically 10 o'clock off the corner. And you see the movement that the car has, and he's just, I can't imagine what these guys are going through, trying to hold on to these things. But yeah, Kostic now starting to fade back towards him a little bit. Bieber, even though he's sliding all over the place, he's still catching him. I don't know how long they can keep this up. We've seen a couple people almost go around, but nobody yet has spun. We are so far caution free here tonight with 64 laps out of 100, no cautions. And we've had some amazing battles up front. I mean, we'd love to show these guys towards the back, but we can't. I mean, it's just nonstop battling. And I think that's what makes these drivers in Original Rebels some of the best to watch. They love to race each other. And they can definitely do it without wadding each other up. We've seen Travis almost make contact with the 8. I did make contact and was able to save it. So see if this time he can get around him without making contact, and they can battle it out. Chris Reese, as we're talking about this battle, he has moved up into the 4th position, up 7 spots. So he is definitely going to be a no-neck fast repair hard charger nominee for sure. We'll see if he can hold on to that. Still got another pit stop to be made. I would expect to see him come down next time by, as we're going to be crossing over into lap 66. Most of them pitted on 33, so if you're going to do 2 stops, this will be the lap right here. So we'll see who comes down pit road. If I'm Travis Beaver, I'm coming down right now. I'm going to get that extra lap and try to get out front, as he seems to have been probably the best driver all night that I've seen. We'll see if they come down pit road here. Not this time. I couldn't tell. Honestly, I couldn't tell if they were trying to come down pit road or not, as the cars are pointed in that direction, but not quite yet, as Travis has a really bad couple of corners. Actually drops 3/10 to Michael Kostick that time by. So, man, really impressive stuff by Kostick to kind of weather that storm, and now he's got a half a second lead over the Beaver brothers. Couple folks, I believe, have made their second pit stop. Lucas Lyons back in 8th position. He's a lap down. He has come down 5 laps ago. Steve McDonald has made his stop along with Tyler Rice. So a couple drivers have already come down pit road, and pit road is definitely going to be busy here soon. As you see the tire differences, Lucas just drives by them like they're sitting still. Look at the tire. Look at that. It's like it's nothing. Just a massive, massive gap here. And you wonder how long these guys are going to stay out, especially the top 3. You know, the way the tire wear is working, they've got the ability to stay out a little bit longer. But they're all eyeballing each other. And when are they going to come down pit road? Because whoever comes down first is going to undercut the other one. So I don't know. I don't know what they're waiting on at this point. Chris Reese gives up the 4th position, going to slide into his box, get 4 tires and fuel. Final stop here for Chris Reese, who's had a fantastic race and going to continue that trend here as long as caution doesn't come out. He stayed out a little bit longer last time, but it's going to come down earlier this time. I like this call, as he has been he's been really amazing. He'd start up towards the front. I think we'd be talking about Chris Reese battling for the lead. But the Beaver brothers have now come down pit road. They got that undercut, so they've been able to come back out and get at least half a lap on new tires. And Kostick would likely follow here, as he is coming down pit road now. So we'll see if everybody can make it down and off pit road cleanly. I think that's important with this stop. This is the money stop. You want to not speed. That's a 40-second hold you can't afford in a race that's going to be going green to the end for sure. I don't see a caution in our future. So Kostick going to come down pit road. We'll see. Oh, he slides through his box. They ain't going to slide through his pit box and has to back up. And that doesn't seem like much, but it is going to be a big difference. He's already behind on the tires. They undercutted him. And then now he's going to have that half a second or so where he slid through his box. So we'll see where Kostick going to pull out on track. And right now, here comes the Beaver brothers right through turn 1, and they're going to just blast right by him as the 808 goes under the 20. And look, Kostick now going to lose a ton of time to those guys. I think Christopher Reese actually gets out in front of him. So Chris Reese able to take over what will be the 3rd position and complete his run up through the field, man. That's going to be incredible. As we still wait for everybody to make their stops. Daniel Cunningham on pit road now, still waiting on Lucas Lyons in the lead. Oh, wait, no, he takes over the lead because he came down 11 laps ago. So, excuse me. But, man, look at Chris Reese on the back bumper of Brett Beaver, trying to take over the 3rd position. And Lucas has a 13.1 second lead, so we'll see how quickly that gets eat up. Is Travis Beaver is about a second faster after just 12 laps. But the battle here is for that 3rd position, as Chris Reese putting a lot of pressure on that 808. Look down to the inside, not quite able to do it. Chris Reese actually pitted 1 lap before these fellas. So I think this race is going to go right down to the end. I don't see anybody pulling away. I think Travis has shown himself to be one of the fastest drivers, and he's got a 6/10 of a second lead over his teammate. But I don't see anybody really pulling away. I think a lot of these guys up front have got a lot of speed. I'm excited to see what Chris Reese can do. You know, if you get up towards the front and you see you start seeing the lead, you start pushing that car a little bit harder than you have. You kind of abandon your strategy and start to push that car and try to get up there and get that lead. So we'll see if he's able to continue to maintain those tires, that long run speed that he's had, or will he push that car just a little bit too much? It's always a razor's edge of, you know, I want to maintain competitive lap times, but I want to save a little bit if I can. It's a hard balance to strike. You want to make sure you do both. You can't just, you can't run 5 seconds off the pace to save tire. You'll never make that back up, but kind of have to play it off of what the guys are doing behind you. But sort of a even gap you can see between Reese, Bieber, and Bieber, as they're about half a second between all three of them. They have really cut into the lead of Lucas Lyon, who is your leader at the moment, 9.3 seconds. He came down about 15 laps ago, where these guys have come down about 6 laps ago. So he's got a pretty big difference after just 10 laps. I mean, Lucas is running a 32.515, and Travis Bieber running a 31.212, and that's actually the slowest in the top 4. So you look at the difference in tires. I mean, that's just 6 laps, and Steve McDonald just flat out drove around Lucas. So Lucas, I mean, he's obviously going to, I think, for sure lose the lead, but when? You know, Travis is obviously looking at his relative, and he's got 7.4 seconds to do it. I mean, they've made up a ton of time, about a second a lap. If he can keep that pace up, he'll catch them pretty quickly. But will the tires even out? You know, will Travis hit sort of a plateau and not be able to continue to improve that? You know, that's sort of the question, especially when you pit that early. You're kind of hoping that everything evens out, because they sort of plateau off right around the 33-second lap time. And so if Lucas can hang on to that, for a while, might be able to hold him off, at least hold off a late race charge. But right now, I mean, Travis Bieber now down to 6 seconds. I mean, since I was talking there, he's already lost another second. But a good strategy. I like it. I mean, if a caution comes out right now, they're all going to come down pit road, and Lucas will be able to hold on to the lead. I think that's a great strategy for Lucas, who is sort of struggling with this green flag run and how long they have been. So Travis putting the work in right now. He's got Brett behind him. I think they'll work together. I don't think they'll push each other. We got a battle for 4th place as Michael Kostick down to the inside of Christopher Reese. And Kostick just drives right by him. That's 2 lap fresher tires. That's the difference right there. Is, you know, Reese running a little bit slower than the other top 4. So I don't know if he pushed that car a little bit too hard, but Kostick, with those fresher tires, able to get around him and move back in the 4th position. He's 1.1 seconds back from 2nd and 3rd. So Kostick needs to go, because Travis Bieber is the lead. So he can see he's only 1.1 seconds off of that, or 1.5 actually, off the lead. So he needs to run those guys down, get around them quickly. And he is making up a ton of time here. Kostick, fastest car on the track last time by, at least in the top 5. So he's starting to put pressure on the Bieber brothers. Now, Lucas lead down to a 2.7 second lead, so they are definitely coming, as we got about 17 laps to go. I think this is going to be a thrilling finish. I think this is setting up for a pretty amazing run here, as Lucas going to try to hold on as long as he can. The tires are equalizing, I will say. I mean, at this point, the amount of time that Travis has been making up each lap has dropped significantly, as Lucas now to a 32.832, Travis at a 32.0. So quickly it started to equalize. I don't know. I don't know if he could hold off for 17 laps. It's a pretty tall ask, as these guys have been the fastest. So he's already at a disadvantage by just not quite having the pace that these 2-3 have had. So it's going to be interesting to see. But I still think it was a great call for Lucas. It gave him the lead, and it made them work for it. And if, like I said, if they get a caution from here until the point where Travis is able to get around him, Lucas is a genius. So up until that point, it's the right call, I think. You never know what can happen. It always seems like there's NASCAR has a little button on the yellow flag when it gets down to 15:10 to go, and it seems to be the same way on iRacing. You'll be out there leading, thinking you've won the race by 10 seconds, and then somebody's going to wreck for 25th, and you're just thinking, why? But it happens, and it happens in real life too. So you see the gap there; it's starting to close. 1.2 seconds. Travis Bieber back to Lucas Lyon. I tell you, now it's only 0.4 of an advantage that Travis has over Lucas. 32.8. Lucas ran last time, 32.4. So it continues to equalize as they get down towards the end of this thing. Can Lucas hang on? What Travis is telling Brett right now is, man, just give me a break. Don't battle. If we battle, we're going to lose the race. But Kostic is coming. He is on his way. So tough decisions here. If you're faster, you got to go. You're running out of time. But also, you don't want to get up there and race your teammate and let Lucas kind of drive off. So it's a tough call right now. The top four are going to be, you're going to be able to throw a blanket on them pretty soon, as you got all kinds of different strategies playing out here as we got 13 laps to go. Lucas, man, hanging it out off of turn 4. Now it's down under half a second. Here comes Travis Bieber. Got some lap traffic out in front of Lucas. Will that play a factor here with just 12 laps to go? Kostic has caught this group. It's going to be a traffic jam. Who's going to make it out? I think going to have to make smart passes. The 25 is going to battle. How much tire does he have? Look at the run that he gets off the corner. Travis just a little bit better tires, but he's going to have to struggle to get around the 25. He's going to lose the run. The 25 is going to hang on to it, but here comes Brett. He's going to have the run on him, and here comes the lap traffic. Oh, and Brett's going to be up there. Oh, my goodness. They almost make contact as Darrell Whitford is. You got to battle for the lead, though, as here comes Brett Bieber on the outside. They might have made a little contact, but Travis Bieber takes over the top spot. Here comes Michael Kostic for that second position. Oh, my goodness. Lucas gets really tight on the bottom. That lap traffic almost was a bad deal. It really hurt Brett Bieber, but Travis able to get out front, and Kostic able to get around Lucas. Travis didn't want to see that. He wanted Lucas to hold up Kostic a little bit more, because this battle for the lead it's going to be a good one. Kostic with about a lap or two fresher tires than the 114, but Travis has been probably the fastest driver on track. Who is going to be able to get the win? This is going to be close. 10 laps to go, coming around to 9. Can Travis hold it off and get this win, or can Kostic get up there and take it away? Right now, Kostic looking really, really fast, and Chris Reese has pulled back up to this group. So 5 drivers within 1.1 seconds here at Las Vegas. Kostic looking down to the inside. He's got a little bit of run. He's got really good drive off of turn 2. Does he have enough? Nope, not able to get there just yet. What do you do if you're Travis? You try to block his line. Do you run your line? It's so tough to make this call when you got somebody all over the rear bumper. They ain't going to get loose, though. As Chris Reese goes around Lucas Lyons, he continues to fall back. But the battle for the lead is where we are. And, man, if you're Travis, you're telling Brett, hey, you got any more speed? You got any more tire back there? I'd love for you to come up here and battle this 8 car. But if I'm Michael Kostic, I already know I got to pack my lunch. If I'm going to go get around this 114, it is not going to be easy. He gets right to that rear bumper, trying to get him loose as Travis comes down across his bumper, going to try to make him tight off the corner. Some gamesmanship going on right here. I love to see that. Playing with the air. If you're Travis, you're trying to come across his nose off the corner to make him tight, make him push that throttle a little bit, lose the front nose, and hit that wall. And then the 8 trying to get to his rear bumper, make him loose, especially in the middle of the corner. Man, what a battle. Golly. This has been an incredible race all the way through. Just 12 cars, man. And look at the show these guys are putting on now. Got a lap car going to enter the picture here. Steve McDonald. We'll see if that plays a factor. Kostic, though, down to the inside. He's going to have the entry into 1. Side by side, Travis trying to make it work. Oh, and the 8's going to get a little bit loose. So the 114 is going to have the run off the corner. Travis going to have to drive down on his door in 3 and 4 if he's going to hold on to this race. Kostic drives down to the bottom, gets a great drive. He's going to do the slide job. 114. Oh, Kostic gets loose. Here comes Travis Bieber right back at him. Goes down to the inside. 5 laps to go there, side by side for the lead. Brings Brett Bieber and Chris Reese as Kostic, man, just keeps it wound up on the top side. And look at the run he gets and able to take over that top spot here with just a few laps to go. Dang, I tell you what, boy, I ain't going to be able to sleep tonight the way these guys are racing. Now, we've seen Kostic get out front, and we've seen him struggle out front for some reason. I don't know why that is. The leader has not been able to really pull away tonight. So is he going to have the same problem, or is he fixed that issue as Travis going to let those tires cool down just a little bit and try to come back at that 8 machine? But it looks like Travis really struggling off the corner. He saw he lost a lot of momentum there. And now he's going to fall back into the clutches of the 808 of Brett Bieber. Man, what a great race. Golly, that's just an incredible drive between these drivers. And, I wouldn't have put money on Kostic winning this race, but with just a few laps to go, it seems to be the case. Right now, we've got a battle for the 3rd position is Chris Reese. Putting pressure here on Brett Bieber. That 808 I thought was running down the 114, but just had a bad lap last time by. It was about a 10th slower than Chris Reese. That 62 machine has been a rocket ship all night long. He's going to get a run here. He's going to go down to the inside. Brett Bieber. Look at the Bieber is all over the place on the front stretch. Just look at that car and how loose it is, even on the straightaway. He's going to lose that spot to Chris Reese, move him up into the podium position. Look at the 808 just sliding back and forth, trying to get that car to turn. Michael Kostic now out to a half a second lead as we come down to 2 laps to go. Does Travis have anything left in the tank? The 8's got his teammate right in front of him. Will that slow him down? Steve McDonald doesn't really want to go a lap down, but you see he gives his teammate the top side, so he gets the great run he needs off the corner, and he's able to hold on to that. As here comes Michael Kostic off of turn 4. The 8 going to take the white flag here. 1 lap to go for Michael Kostic. Can he take the win here tonight? White flag here at Vegas. Steve McDonald, teammates with the 8 machine. He's going to play a little defense against Travis, not let him have the line he wants. Actually, he does. It gives him that top side. So Travis gets a nice run, but it's just not going to be enough. All Kostic has to do is hit his marks in 3 and 4. And off of turn 4, cash him checks. Michael Kostic going to take home the win here at Las Vegas. Holy moly. What a race. What a run by Kostic there on that last run to get the lead. Just incredible battling going on there between those drivers. Big props to Travis Bieber, Michael Kostic, Chris Reese, Brett Bieber, And the rest of the field, Lucas Lyon as well, putting on a hell of a show. That was a lot of fun. But Michael Kostick going to get to celebrate here, do a little bit of donuts, and celebrate this win. My goodness. But Michael Kostick is your winner. And gets a little love from Brandon Wallace. But let's take a look at your results here as we get ready for some driver interviews. We'll talk to some of these drivers and see what they thought about the race. They got to have a big old smile on their face. But let's take a look at the results real quick, see where everybody finished. Michael Kostick, Travis Bieber, Christopher Reese, who is going to be your no-neck fashion pair hard charger. So congratulations to Christopher Reese as he will take that award. Brett Bieber comes home in fourth. I think he had a car definitely to win it. But just there at the end, comes home in fourth. Brandon Wallace with a top five. Daniel Cunningham in sixth. Steve McDonald in seventh. Jeremiah Holt in eighth. Tyler Rice in ninth. Lucas Lyons come home in 10th place. And then Daryl Whitford and Jimmy Cofield going to bring up the final two positions. So, man, oh man. Well, I cannot wait to talk to him. Let's start with our third place finisher, Chris Reese. We'll get him up into the booth and we'll talk to him and see what he thought about this race. We'll get him up in here now. Chris Reese, this is Eddie in the booth. You got a copy?
Loud and clear, Eddie. How are we doing tonight?
Man, we are doing good. What a great run by you. I mean, up 8 spots. You're the no-neck fashion pair hard charger award winner. You started at the back and able to, man, just with those green flag runs, you seem like you had a good long run car. And got up to third place there at the end, passing Brett Bieber with just a few laps to go. Do you regret not qualifying a little bit better?
Yes and no. It's a lot more fun for me to start off the back. I like passing cars and stuff, and so I mean, if I'd qualified, I probably would start up there with those guys. May have had a shot at the win, but I'm here more for fun than I am anything.
Well, it seemed like that car was a lot of fun out there. It was kind of all over the place. You seem to have the best long run speed. Was it a purposeful thing that you did? You're running, what was the strategy there to save those tires that maybe you were doing better than everybody else?
Well, I don't know what everyone else is doing, but I was trying to keep to not actually get to wide open throttle till I was actually up on the straightaway because the right rears of these things were just going away so fast. And then actually through the tri-oval, in the two straight shoots before and after the tri-oval, I'd be wide open. But when I actually get to the tri-oval, I'd lift to about 90% throttle just to try and keep the right rear on a little more. Because if you didn't, about 10 to 12 laps into a run, it actually started getting loose even through the tri-oval if you tried holding it wide open.
Yeah, we saw a bunch of drivers just getting loose there after the tri-oval right after the start finish line. So that's interesting. Good, it's good info there from you. But yeah, I mean, got so close there. I mean, just about a second away from Michael Kostick. What did you need there at the end to happen to maybe get up there and battle with Travis, maybe even battle with Michael?
What probably got me is I pitted a lap, maybe 2 before them on tires, and even that little bit gave them just a little bit of an edge on me because I came when Travis and those guys came out of the pits. I came out right behind them, and for the first 5 to 10 laps, they were just slowly pulling a tenth or so away from me. Then, like you said, once we started getting a longer run, I was able to reel them back in, but it was just too late at that point. I should have waited another lap and pitted when they did, and then we'd all been on the same tires, and I'd had probably a better chance at it.
Well, you got a third place finish. You moved up 8 spots from where you started. That's a damn good race in my book. So congratulations. And who you got to thank tonight?
First off, you guys up in the booth for doing what you do, putting on a great show for the fans. I want to thank my wife for letting me get away with doing this and watching our new puppies while I do it. Refab Inc. Bubbas used tire barn, of course. He gave us some of the best tires he had for this race since it was so hot. I think that's about it for me.
All right. Well, there you have it. Third place finisher, Chris Reese. And he's also the No Net Fashion Pair Hard Charger Award winner. Let's bring in second place Travis Bieber. I mean, he was in it all race long. Travis, is Eddie in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah. How's it going?
Well, man, it's going great. I don't know if you're disappointed or if you're happy. It looked like it was a lot of fun out there, and it was fun watching y'all battle. You seem to be pretty strong. You're able to take the lead, and then something there at the end. Costa just came out of nowhere as y'all were battling. Talk a little bit about your car. What were you dealing with tonight? We saw y'all sliding even on the front stretch. Talk a little bit about your race and how it went for you.
Yeah. I guess I'm a little disappointed. You get the when you're leading, you want to win, right? So, you drive with a guy like Caustic, and I don't know, that first run, when I started catching him, it's like, oh, I'm catching him. Like this is pretty cool. I got something here. So, just trying to keep that rhythm. The track was really loose. You had to really be easy on the gas so that you weren't, just mashing it down, putting the car sideways. And like you said, we were 20, 25 laps into a run there, and going down the front stretch of the dog leg, you had to really be, on and off the gas so that the car didn't get sideways. It was pretty crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it was really cool to watch. And I don't know, did you really feel like you had two lanes? Did it seem like two lanes was working, or does it seem like you were just? It seemed like the bottom was where you wanted to be. A couple folks tried the top side, but it seemed like with the track temp where it was, just wasn't possible. Is that kind of what you were seeing?
Yeah, I don't think you could really get up too high against the wall there or anything like that. I think you could kind of come in a little higher, get like a little run through the middle there, and try to keep it as low as you could with getting the car straight and everything coming off the turn. So I don't know if pitting one lap before Caustic there at the end hurt us, or did he just save an extra little bit there that last run. But yeah, he just had a little bit more there that last run, and kind of got there and got past me. So it is what it is. But it was a good run, and a good night for us.
Yeah, I mean, you got to feel really good when you have a run like that where you're up front, you're battling for the weed. The weed. Don't battle for the weed. Daniel Cunningham's doing that back in sixth place, but you're battling for the lead, man, and that's got to feel good. I mean, it's never fun to finish second, but you got to look back on this and think, man, I had a race winning car. I battled for the lead multiple times and came home second. But when you're out front, you're leading laps. That is a good thing, and it's a good trend to have going in the right direction, especially in the Arca series. So I know you had a lot of fun out there, and man, it was so much fun to watch y'all battle. So thank you for that. But who you got to thank? Any sponsor shout outs?
Yeah, Andy Kurtz jumped in the chat there with us. He was kind of spotting, so give a big thanks to Andy. Brandon was in there hanging out too, and then we'll thank Brandon for all he does for the league. Jeff by Junior Art, Kinder Farm and Ranch, Flexible Freight Solutions, Dark Horse Motorsports, No Next Fast Repair, and Chuck Felt for all they do to sponsor the league so that we can be out here racing.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, congratulations again on the second place finish, and man, go celebrate. Second place, pretty good.
Thanks, Eddie.
Well, all right. Well, now the man of the hour. Um, and we'll get him up into the chat. He's a man of few words, but we'll talk to him real quick. Michael Kostick got Eddie in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, what a race. Tell me that it was not the most fun you've had in a while, because it looked like it was the most fun. And I'm going to be really sad if you hated it, because, man, it was fun to watch y'all battle. Y'all battled side by side for multiple laps all throughout the race. We went green flag from start to finish, and y'all were all over each other. Talk a little bit about what you were feeling out there. What was the car like, and how did your race go?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a lot of fun. I say it every time. These cars are fun everywhere you go, but yeah, I mean, battling, felt like I was getting teamed up by the Beavers there. Just sliding everywhere, having to lift on the front stretch. It was a blast. Just going back and forth. I thought they were gonna have me on that last run. I slid through my pit box a little bit because I didn't mess up yet, so figured I'd throw a wrench in my race. But yeah, I mean, that was a blast to run.
Well, I mean, that first little run there, you got out front, and it seemed like if you got out front, the car acted a little bit differently because nobody was really able to pull away by quite a lot. So tell me, on that first run, were you just burning the tires up, or was being out front sort of a detriment to the way everything was running there?
Yeah, I think I burned them up. If you got behind somebody, you got a little loose, so you kind of had to be a little bit more conservative. But it felt like clean air, you could just drive it real hard. So kind of just encouraged you to burn your tires up a little bit. I was telling Travis, my right rear was like 23% after both those first runs. So
Oh,
might
wow.
have been driving a little bit too hard, but got a little bit more conservative on that last run, and it paid off.
Well, I mean, you're able to race it out. I mean, we saw sort of the top people try different lanes and stuff. I mean, do you feel like you could use the top line, the middle line? What do you feel like was the best way? I mean, we saw all kinds of different passes. What was sort of your preference when you were trying to make a move on somebody to try to get around them?
Um, Near the end of a tire run, you kind of had to try to get a good run off the corner and almost slide job them into the next one and kind of give up the bottom lane if they wanted to come back. But for the most part, I usually like running the low side here, but that first run I was watching them two run the middle, and I started doing that, and it just felt a little bit better. So, I mean, the middle line was preferred, but yeah, I feel like you had to just drive hard into a corner, at least for me, to be able to make a pass.
Well, you were able to make it and make the pass for the lead and hold on to it there at the end. I mean, just an exciting run to the finish with all the different tire strategies, but you were able to take home the win for Bandits Motorsports. So congratulations. Go celebrate, man. Tell me who you got to thank tonight.
Yeah, thank you for doing the broadcast. Brandon for all the work he does for the series and all the other admins in the league and teammates at Bandits Motorsports.
All right. Well, there you have it. Michael Kostick with the win here tonight. And that was your Flexible Freight Solutions post-race show. We do have some awards to give out, and definitely want to give out the Andy Kurtz Hard Luck Award. And I really don't know who to give that to. I mean, Jimmy Cofield obviously is sort of the easy one because he had some contact with the wall. So we'll give it to Jimmy Cofield. I hate to give this award out. I don't even like it. I wish we'd get rid of it, but it's got to go to somebody. Andy paid for it. So Jimmy Cofield's going to be the hard luck award. He quit after about 25 laps. So just disappointed. I know Jimmy would like to see more seat time, but that's how you learn by, man, you get out there, make a couple mistakes, and that's how you get better. So Jimmy going to call it quits after just a few laps. So he is the hard luck award winner. We already gave out the No Neck Fast Repair hard charger. And so that will pretty much do it here tonight. Well, I mean, a great finish, a great race all the way through. And, another great Rebels race, a lot of fun. And we'll get out of here. Want to thank everybody for watching, everybody that goes back and watches them after the fact. Thank you all so much. If you don't mind, subscribe to VSRN, head over to VSpeed, subscribe there, and VSpeed 2. We're going to be kicking off some stuff with VSpeed 2 pretty soon. And if you need a league broadcast, you know anybody that needs some broadcasting, we're looking to hit the ground running, especially after the next season. So thank you all very much. A great race here at Vegas. I want to thank my producer, Christian Hill, tonight. Did a great job as I'm sort of flailing around like a fish, not knowing what to do with my hands when I don't have buttons to push. So definitely appreciate him. And we'll see y'all next week. We'll take a look at the schedule real quick before we call it quits and see where we're headed next. We're going to Legacy Atlanta. Well, heck, if you thought Vegas was fun, you thought Vegas was tough on the tires and guys are sliding around, wait till we go to Legacy Atlanta. Man, that's going to be fun. Then we go to Bristol, and then we're going to go into the playoffs, start at the top 10, going to go on to the playoff round, a round of 3, as we got a 9 points event inside of the playoffs. So 3 races to set the championship 5 at Charlotte. So that's going to be a lot of fun. But man, thank y'all so much. Y'all have a great night, and we will see y'all. What's tonight? Friday. We'll see you Sunday night for the Rebels Truck Series. So come on back out for that. That is going to be a great show. Anyway, see y'all later. Y'all have a good night.